representatives of the World Water Council, the Brazilian Association of Infrastructure and Basic Industries, the Regulatory Agency for Water, Energy and Sanitation of the Federal District, and the National Water Agency, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for this opportunity to address the World Water Forum. The City of Cape Town acknowledges the important work of this forum in highlighting the very real threat to our global water resources and bringing together stakeholders from across the world to address issues that are critical to our future sustainability. Cape Town is currently experiencing a devastating drought, which can be considered an extreme hydrological event. For the last 3 years in a row, our rainfall has been significantly lower than in previous years. This has resulted in a substantial decline in the levels of the 6 large dams that make up the Western Cape water supply system. This system is the sole source of water, not only for the City of Cape Town, but also for a number of the surrounding municipalities, as well as our agricultural sector, which plays a crucial role in the regional economy and is a significant job creator. Our dam levels are currently at 23%, just 10% above the level at which we calculate the city would need to restrict daily consumption to 25 litres per person and overall city consumption to 350 million litres. Until very recently, our model showed that we could reach that day towards the middle of this year. This modelling was based on a conservative approach due to the unpredictability of factors such as rainfall and the consumption that's outside our control. On balance, we decided it would be better to plan for the worst-case scenario and be proved wrong than to plan more optimistically and be caught short. However, in the past 2 months, the situation has improved. The city's water consumption dropped significantly. In 2015, we were consuming an average of 1,200 million litres per day. A year ago, that figure had dropped to 900 million litres per day, and in the last few weeks, it has dropped even further to 500 million litres per day. This amounts to a reduction of 400 million litres per day in the past year alone. It is an extraordinary achievement. This drop in consumption was the result of very strong citizen cooperation and city management. This includes steep tariff hikes, a continuing rollout of pressure management across the city, the installation of water demand management devices, a leak repair program to minimize water losses, and an extensive communications campaign to encourage a behavioral shift amongst residents. In addition, the National Department of Water and Sanitation cut the water supply to the agricultural irrigation boards once they had made use of their full allocation. The city also received a donation of 10,000 million litres of water from one of the agricultural user associations. This, combined with cooler weather and therefore less evaporation, meant that the drop in our dam levels slowed down. As recently as January, they were dropping by 1.4% a week. That figure is now down to around 0.5% per week. One of the lessons we have learned from this experience is the importance of a diversified water supply. Rainfall patterns and distribution are changing as climate patterns become increasingly unpredictable. We can no longer rely solely on surface water supply. The city is thus driving a supply diversification program. 2 of our emergency desalination plants are coming online within a month, and the 3rd is on track to produce water in May. In addition to desalination, We have therefore also initiated a number of groundwater abstraction projects. At their peak, they will supply almost 150 million litres of water per day. Water reuse is another component, and we are also utilising water from some of the natural springs around Table Mountain. Cape Town, like every other city in the world, is vulnerable to the effects of rapid urbanisation and climate change. As demand for water grows, it is not only diversification of supply that is required to address future risk, but also a sustained campaign to encourage behaviour change among water users. In order to drive this message home, the city has been running an extensive communication campaign to encourage residents to cut their water use and keep them informed of all developments. The campaign includes an online water dashboard to track weekly consumption and dam level fluctuations, an online water map that provides information on household water use, treated effluent collection points, and water pressure management zones. An online water use calculator that allows residents to track how much water they use in a day, and water-saving toolkits that include water use guidelines, posters, stickers, and card templates. Public awareness is being raised across multiple media, including radio, television, print media, social media, and digital platforms, billboards, and through engagements in malls and on the streets of high-use areas. The city has also been engaging with large industrial water users on how they can reduce their consumption. One of the initiatives launched just this week is the city's updated star rating tool, which is intended to encourage business compliance to water-related bylaws. The tool is designed to monitor legal compliance and encourage responsible water use and wastewater discharge. It considers all aspects of water management: source of supply, use, conservation, and discharge. A star rating from 1 to 5 stars is awarded for best practice that goes beyond compliance. It is a tool that promotes integrated water management, identifies areas of improvement, and promotes self-regulation. It encourages creativity and innovation, and the certificate serves as a marketing tool to attract investors. Last but not least, it reduces demand on the city's water supply and encourages better quality or even zero industrial effluent discharge. Behaviour change is a cornerstone of our new approach to water. The only way to transform a society's behaviour and way of thinking is by transforming the behaviour and attitude of the individual. In order for this to succeed, it is important that the drive to change comes from within. As a government, we can impose restrictions, we can implement punitive tariffs, we can limit the amount of water use. This in itself is not enough. If we as individuals are not intrinsically motivated to adjust our thinking around water, we will not achieve the transformation that is needed. We have all had to redefine our relationship to water. We need to accept that the days of plentiful water supply in Cape Town may very well be over. We are not alone in this, as many cities around the world are coming under increasing strain due to urbanisation, ageing infrastructure, and climate unpredictability. We therefore need to build resilience into every aspect of our thinking and planning around water. It is now more crucial than ever that we craft a common strategic vision on how best to conserve and manage our water resources for a sustainable future. It is therefore increasingly important that we reach out to one another to learn from our collective experiences, whether they be of success or of failure. That is why a platform like this, which is such a global scale and impact, is so important. I look forward to hearing more of the discussions and outcomes that will arise from this forum, and wish you all a productive and inspiring experience. Now that Brazil has broken the ice by becoming the first country in the Southern Hemisphere to host the World Water Forum, I hope that someday soon we will have the opportunity to welcome you to our beautiful city, Cape Town. Thank you.